It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Well, we have done it. We have survived the first Monday. We actually had to get out and work for a living on Monday in a while. Seems like a month of Mondays. It really wasn't that long, but it was last year. So, I mean, I guess that's one thing to say about it or whatever, John.
Man, time gets by. You know,
I'm telling you.
I was thinking yesterday, I remember where I was at, Y2K, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard to believe now it's been 23 years ago.
I remember all the hype going on at Y2K.
Oh, yeah,
the world was going to shut down.
Oh, yeah. You know, I was working at the co-op, of course, and they had all of us on standby because they didn't know what was going to happen. And Denise and the kids and I had actually planned that year to go to New York to be at Times Square when the ball dropped.
Oh, yeah.
We had planned that earlier that year, and then, of course, the closer it got to New Year's and the more people got concerned about Y2K, we decided not to go because we didn't want to be off up there and the bottom fall out and you couldn't get home.
Planes were grounded and all that.
I've regretted that ever since, but, you know, regrets are a dime a dozen. But
oh, yeah.
You know, it's hard to believe, though. It's 2023. And I tell you something else harder to believe. 24 years ago today, or tonight, The Sopranos debuted on HBO.
Hey, look at there. Sopranos.
And I'm telling you, that's one of the few shows I never missed an episode of.
Yep.
We used to get together. There was a half a dozen of us at the co-op that were kind of hooked on it. And a lot of times we'd get together on Sunday nights at the co-op and get a pizza, or somebody would fix something, and we'd go in the meeting room up there and watch it together. You know?
Wow, okay. That's right.
We never missed an episode of it. I think it was probably one of the best TV shows of all time. It had so many elements that I like, you know. It always had cool music in it, you know.
Yeah, it did that.
And of course, you know, there was a lot of comics, a comical aspect of it, you know.
Not a lot that you can share on a family radio station.
And I mean, every once in a while, you know, somebody would just blast somebody to smithereens, and then there'd be a joke.
Yep.
And I mean, you know, you couldn't help but laugh.
Yep.
And of course, you know, everybody had their favorites. Polly Walnuts was my favorite. You know.
There you go. Yeah.
The guy could be deadly. He could be dangerous. He could be scary, but he was oh so funny.
Yep. There you go.
But it's hard to believe, man. 24 years ago tonight, you know, The Sopranos debuted, and like I said, I never missed an episode of it, and I was never more disappointed at the last episode.
Yeah, that was really weird.
And you know, there was no definitive end to it, really.
So what do you think happened? I mean, what's your because everybody's got their own theory.
I really don't know. And then Gandolfini died, which cemented the fact that that's as far as it's ever going to go.
We're never going to have another one yet.
But, you know, I think that if he hadn't have died, sooner or later they would have came back. They would have had to have came back and done some sort of a
well, they were always supposed to do a movie. Yeah.
But you know, it just really let me down and disappointed me. And of course, you know, Mr. Perry Johnson that worked with me at the co-op, who's since passed away, big Sopranos fan. And we were together. We watched the last episode together. And we just kind of looked at each other and thought, well, where'd that go?
What in the crap was that?
And of course, now Mr. Perry's gone, and Gandolfini's gone, and Polly is gone, and so many of them's gone. But one of my all-time favorite shows, like I said, you know, some of the comics, the comical aspects of it were right up there with, I mean, at the top. And then, of course, the brutality and the carnage and the murder. And
it had a little bit of everything. What is it about mobsters and gangsters and all that men just love?
I don't know. I can't explain it, you know.
I mean, because The Godfather, you know, if so many guys or whatever. What's your favorite movie? Godfather. You know, they never hesitate or anything.
But it was just a great show, and as I already stated, you know, from first episode to the last, I never missed one.
Yep, I can understand
and
that.
it was a top rated show in my book, and it's just hard to believe. But where did the time go?
Yeah,
You know?
it is absolutely crazy, no doubt about it. I always really I like Tony Soprano. That was my favorite
Yeah.
guy. And you know why? He reminded me of Sonny Blair.
Yeah, that's right.
I could see, Sonny could be so charming and so funny and so hysterical 1 minute, and then he got that look on his face, and you knew it was serious now. You know?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? Anyway,
Yeah.
All right. Hey, best onion rings in New Jersey.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow for more Remember When with Uncle John. And the reason why we will be is because we got some great sponsors, including ProMed Ambulance Service.
1-800-634-0436. Give them a call.
Boy, the Sopranos would have kept ProMed Ambulance Service busy.
In
wouldn't they?
business.
Sherwin-Williams House Paint, another one of our great sponsors, too. 315 Jefferson Street right here in Camden. Give them a holler at 836-8125.
And J.J. Lindsay down to Shopper's Guide for all your printing needs. Stationery, no trespassing signs, business cards, whatever you need, call J.J.
And be sure to catch our podcast, folks, anywhere you can find podcasts, including Google, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Spotify, over on YouTube, and right there on Facebook. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.